Recording in progress.
All right, welcome back to the Big Ass Cornhole Podcast. We are now joined by Mr. Spencer Bogad. What's going on, man?
You know, just living life. I'm happy to be here. You know, I've heard so much about the podcast, and I'm excited to, spit some facts and some hot takes with you guys. How you guys doing?
Good, man.
Doing well.
So, we have never met before, but, our parents go back, way back. I think my mom and your dad have been working together for over 30 years.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
It's been a minute.
I know your last name better than I think I know my own.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. I've known your dad since I've been, little. I remember distinctly, my mom bringing, friends from work over. It was always Kelly McManus and Mike Bogad. We're always, a staple. It's I've known your dad, so it's cool. So thank you for joining us.
Absolutely. I'm happy to. And anytime I get to talk and meet new people and talk about fun things that I know we're going to be talking about.
Hell yeah, man.
Always happy.
All right, so we kick off every episode, and we're not going to change this just because it's an interview.
Yeah.
All right, Dane, do what you do best every single week. Let the folks know what we're sipping on tonight. In a segment we call What You Drinking.
What you drinking?
There we go.
All right, well,
All right, so Dane, kick us off here.
I got a little Hi-Ho Brewing Company out there.
This was actually a present.
Yes,
Yes.
it was a present to Sean, and he just left him in my fridge, so I'm going to drink it now. But it's Kayaker's Kolsch.
Yeah.
It's a great Kolsch, man.
You
It's
like it?
super refreshing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good beer. I'm a big Kolsch fan. I think it's just a step above a light beer.
Yeah.
Very drinkable. And Hi-Ho Brewing, man. Just shout out to them once again. They make good beers. They're out there in Cuyahoga Falls.
Yeah.
So if you're ever out in that area, just check them out. It's a cool brewery.
Dane's wife abandoned him one night, and I played wingman, and I sucked it up and went out with him. So she felt so bad that she bought me beer the next day because I actually went out. Spencer, what are you drinking over there?
I'm drinking some Bullet. Oh, you can't see it.
Oh, you Bullet.
Blur, but Bullet bourbon, and out of an Austin, Texas city map.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Now, are you? Is it the orange? Which one are you doing?
Yeah, you doing rye or you got the traditional?
Oh yeah, it's the orange. I got the bottle right
Yeah,
here.
There it is.
We got
All
the
right,
orange.
we've
Yeah,
done
got
that.
the
We've
orange right here.
reviewed that several times on the
Yes,
show. It's one of our favorites.
It is my go-to bourbon. It's always on the
good.
shelf, and
good.
it's delicious, smooth. You can't go wrong.
So good.
Good bang for the buck. And
sure.
you said kayak. That makes me want to go out. I feel like they made that beer for the outdoorsmen, the outdoors ladies. It sounds like a great beer. So
Hell yeah.
For sure.
I'm
For sure.
jealous.
All right, so
And then Sean, you're still drinking
I am Miller Lite
from Miller Lite.
It's
the gold
97
cans.
degrees here today. I need to stay hydrated, but they got the pretty gold cans. I just couldn't pass them up. They're just sitting there. You know
Beer
what I mean?
just tastes better.
My
out of
wife
gold.
knows me. She just came home. She's like, I saw these and thought you'd like them. We did get married
Yes,
for a reason.
you are correct.
You do listen. They do listen out there every once in a while. So, all right. So, hey, dude, the reason we had you come on is because you've been involved with professional wiffle ball for. So based on my research, 12 years. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, it depends on how you view it. So
Okay.
I started playing wiffle ball with high school friend. He started a league in his parents' backyard back in 2003, and the year currently is 2025. So you can tell it's a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I've been playing in that league for 16 years. I didn't start right away. So that's pretty much, and it's the oldest running wiffle ball league in the United States. Actually, it's called the Skibby Wiffle Ball League. So, we could dive in that a little later, but the NWLA tournament, which is nationals, which is really the fast pitch where you travel and go play tournaments.
Yeah.
You're right on the money, 12 years. So
Okay.
it's been fun.
So I know just in terms of wiffle ball, there's two almost different sports, right? There's fast pitch, and then there's velocity limited.
Do they call it metered pitch? I felt like I saw that in a term or something.
Yeah, I would split it into 3 to 4 buckets. You have fast pitch, which is no limit, throw as hard as you want.
Yeah.
But that's kind of split into 2 buckets. You have clean ball, which is a ball you pull straight out of the box, no alterations. It's perfectly new.
Okay.
And then you have scuff ball or cut ball, which is, if you look on YouTube,
Fucking
that's where
nasty.
you're going to see a lot of those
Yeah.
nasty, crazy. They move way more.
So
and that
players
is
bring their
probably-
own balls then that they've already manipulated.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
so
So
cool.
a lot of those tournaments you bring your own ball, you're using the same ball, you pitch a ball.
Are
you
there
go get it,
rules
you
for
pitch a
and
ball.
regulations? I'm assuming on the type of ball, how hard it is, right?
Yeah. So every ball has to be a standard wiffle ball ink ball, the
Okay.
white ball that we all grew up playing with.
Dude, it's
with
crazy.
slits
I
in
love
the
that.
top and
Yeah,
flat
yeah,
on
yeah.
the bottom.
Okay.
So the two sports, it's most people on the East Coast are going to be playing that cut scuff.
Okay.
It's definitely the most popular version. If you research tournaments all over the country where there's a cash prize or a lot of bragging rights, it's usually that. And then you have clean ball, which is what people in the Midwest are more accustomed to. That's what the NWLA tournament is, which is the national tournament.
And
so there's two versions.
You're
there.
Missouri, right?
Yeah, St. Louis, Missouri.
Okay.
So we hail from the Show Me State, so we always got a rep.
Okay.
But that the fast pitch is kind of those two families, and then you have medium pitch, which is kind of like a top and bottom, anywhere from 50 to 65 miles an hour, and then below that is just kind of like slow pitch, which is just kind of like a for fun.
All right, so fast pitch that you play in, like what's like the miles per hour, or like what's an average fastball or like a pitch? I guess.
Yeah, so. Great question. You pitch from about 45 feet away. It can vary. Some are 43, some are 46, but in that range. And I've seen radar guns pick up 103, 104 miles an hour with the ball.
Damn.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. I can't ever imagine throwing anything that hard, but most people can, believe it or not, throw a wiffle ball harder than they can at baseball. I always, growing up, thought it'd be the opposite, lighter weight.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I guess it's just all how you grip it and like how the ball's traveling with the wind, I'm assuming, right? Or in the air.
So I would think,
Yeah. Every arm angle, every position you let go, every way you hold the ball is going to affect those things. And some guys have figured out a very unique way to throw and make it kind of cut and kind of speed up.
So, I mean, let's not like, you can toot your own horn here. I've seen highlights. You had like in the playoffs, like a 12 strikeout game. Like,
there's all sorts of stories we could tell there, but I am by no means an elite player anymore. I think you probably could have made the argument years ago.
I mean, listen, you're past 30, man. We all know that. Just I mean, you got to watch out for the young guns,
Slippery
brother.
slope.
I get it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, we're all one pulled hamstring away from hanging up the cleats.
Exactly. I think I've got 2 years left, to be honest.
Okay.
I think this year and next year, I think that's probably it.
The fact that you can still throw baffles me,
dude.
Because my shoulder's been a wreck since high school.
Yeah,
like,
man.
Jesus, it's impressive.
It's basically gotten to the point where it's 2 to 3 weekends a year now that I'll play. It used to be an all summer thing, nonstop. But you're right. Like, I had a Nationals, I think back in 2017, I threw 30 innings in like a 2-day span, which just is a crazy amount. And I was not the same person for 2 years. Like, I could not throw the same pitches. I could not throw the same speeds. It took 2 years to recover from that. So it's one of those things that definitely the preparation, it wears on you.
So I have a question.
See a lot of people warming up with, baseballs or softballs.
Oh, I believe.
or weighted
For
balls
sure.
before they pitch.
Like, it's almost
pretty
strength
intense.
training. Yeah, for sure.
It's like throwing a donut on the end of your bat. Like,
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because that would put a lot of strain on your arm.
A lot. Like, I feel like a lot more than a baseball would.
Oh yeah. You try going full go at like throwing that like nothing.
Yeah.
It's like you almost want some sort of resistance there to slow your arm
down.
down.
I think of like trying to throw a golf ball. And it never goes as far as you really think it's going to. You're like, oh yeah, I could throw this thing 50 yards, and like it goes 20, and you're like, oh, okay, no, I cannot. Like, that's how I feel like a wiffle ball would be.
And I will say, this is just my vibes. There's been no medical studies. I will say, I think the difference with throwing a baseball is you're like really focused on RPMs and as much spin as you can get on it to get your speed up.
Yeah.
Wiffle ball, with those holes in that wind and that circulation that's created, really takes a lot of that.
Oh, for sure.
That stress off. So you don't really hear about a whole lot of like Tommy John, that kind of stuff. The wiffle world, but you more or less hear about like, yeah, I'm done. Like, my arm just gave out. I can't do it anymore. You're not like injured.
Yeah, I get it.
You just lose it, you know? So,
all right. So you talk about nationals, and then you're in like a standard league that's been like a local league. How do you guys decide who's going to nationals? Is it like the winner of that league is then representing your area? Like, how's that work?
Yeah, another great question. So the rules for nationals is it's different than any other tournament that exists. The NWLA tournament is a league to determine. It's a tournament to determine the best league in the country. Other tournaments that you'll see around the country is you can make your own team from a guy from Seattle, a guy from New York, Florida, and assemble your team and go play. This tournament, you have to play in this league, and you have to hit a certain amount of
that's kind of sweet
inning requirements. It is. It's
dude. That's what every major league ever wanted.
Yes,
like cornhole. Like that would be like. the ACL going against the ACO versus the TCO.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
Like, that'd be 100%. Like that's what we'd all
It's
want.
the
but
wet
they're
dream that we're looking for.
Too competitive against each other. And so it sounds like, in general, the wiffle ball community, is it like we're all in this together, or is there any animosity between leagues at all?
Tons of animosity.
Is there? All right.
There needs to be a reality show on it.
Oh,
Everyone
fuck, I
thinks
love that
they're
shit.
the best, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of shit talking going on. Pardon
Okay.
me, I don't know if Muller cuss.
No,
on this
you're allowed
podcast,
to
but-
fucking swear.
We are,
Okay.
yes, we are explicit.
Yeah, so you're encouraged. What I would say is it's very unique. People definitely tried to fudge the rules by having this guy come in,
That's so
fly
crazy.
in and play in innings. But what I'll say is there's nothing like it because it's the only tournament where it's the best league. You're determining who's the best league. And the unique thing about our league, which is different than any other league in the country, is not only is it the oldest league, pretty much the way that you can play in this league is you have to be friends with somebody in the league. So it's like 50 guys
Just
that are all
word of mouth.
friends, and it's invite only. And the team that we send to nationals, we all went to high school together. So we're just like all friends.
Hell yeah.
Kind of like our all-star team.
Yeah, okay.
Of sorts. It's, you just kind of handpick your own team, but
Yeah,
as
for
long
sure.
as you play in the league and meet the minimum inning requirements, you can go.
Hell yeah.
And there's usually anywhere between 16 to 22 teams. Kind of varies year to year, just depending on location and who qualifies.
So I take it there's like some kind of like national stat log that you guys have to like upload all this information into and stuff. Like, do you do that as like a game by game basis then?
Yeah. So I encourage everyone out there, go to skibbywiffleballleague.com, SKIBBE Wiffle,
Dane's gonna pull it up now.
WIFFLE.
You share it on our
ball.com.
screen?
That's our league's website.
Okay.
It's when you go to that website, you'll feel like you're looking at like a professional website. There's stats, there's podcasts, just like you guys. There's
Hell yeah,
blogs,
man.
there's power rankings, there's career stats. You can look at my career.
So what is
stats
your guys'
and-
season like? Like when does it run from?
Great question. So before we all went to college, we would play all summer long.
Okay.
Once we all went to college, it got tough because people moved away.
Yeah,
so
of
really,
course.
we've taken our summer long league, and we made it a weekend, Memorial Day weekend. We play our entire season,
No
from
shit.
Friday to Monday.
That's sweet.
There's 9 teams. There's 5 guys on each team, and you play from 6:30 in the morning till 7:30 at night, every 45 minutes. Boom, 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 and it's in my buddy's parents' backyard still for
No
23
shit.
years. It's been in their backyard. It's amazing. So that's our way to stay in touch. It's very competitive.
So wait, 45 minutes, is that like so games are timed them?
Yeah, so it's 5 inning maximum, and
Okay.
then there's a time limit as well, just to make sure the team or the games kind of keep along, make sure you get all the games in, because we're fitting basically a whole summer of games into
For sure.
3.5 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Now is that standard format for like the national tournament when you guys go to?
National's a little bit different. There's some round robin.
Okay.
You're definitely squeezing into one weekend. You're not playing as many games though. You'll play 3 round robin games.
Okay.
And then it's double elimination.
Is it always like 5 innings though, like each game?
Nationals is 6 innings.
6
Man,
innings.
I always mix them all up. I believe it's 6 innings.
Okay.
The pool play games are timed to make sure that you get all the games.
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
But after that, like there's been games that have lasted 2 hours. Like, and
Okay.
usually most games will last 45 minutes. But
Okay.
if you're tied after 6 innings, you just keep pitching.
Okay.
Keep going.
You might go 16 innings, and that's the thing about wiffle ball fast pitch is it's a very pitcher friendly game where
Oh, for sure.
guys throwing 95.
That's what I was just going to
good
ask
luck.
you. Like, what's a good batting average like for that weekend? What would you be
Good
happy
batting
with?
average- You guys still there?
Yeah. Are you? Or sorry, we cutting
He's-
out.
oh, sorry.
He
It's
shared.
probably
I think he
changed
shared the
something.
chain.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the screen.
It varies. It just depends because like not all teams are created equal. The best teams are going to have 2 elite pitchers.
Yeah.
Maybe team 16 is a guy that you can kind of rough around. But if you hit over 200 at nationals, you're hitting really good. You're hitting really good. So it's
Oh
tough.
shit. Okay. Yeah. All right.
I mean, a lot of games might come down to like, hey, they walked 2 guys and you
No
guys
shit.
over to the right and you scored a run.
And
you
the
know?
strike
And then
zone,
there's
just
other
for
games
people
you'll
that
win
aren't
10.
familiar, is like basically like a giant. It's a screen for lack of.
It's like a
better term.
PVC screen. Like,
Yeah.
That's like a giant square. That's the physical strike
It's a
zone.
rectangle.
Now the ball
think
just
of
has to
your
come
lawn
in
chair.
any contact with that, and it's a strike.
Yeah, it's a little different than baseball where it's got to cross the plate. With wiffle
Yeah.
ball, it's just got to hit that board.
That was
some
fucking
guys,
awesome.
You have that pitch coming at your head, and it
Dude,
dives
just dips down.
Good
Well,
luck.
here I
And the
wanted
big-
to bring up this this website real quick
Yeah,
because
go
we
ahead.
need
Yeah,
to do it justice and to just prove that we have some legitimacy here because I see this name right here.
MVP.
Under MVP.
Wow.
All right, so we brought on the sauce for this interview.
Right.
All right, so just very impressive. But
what were your stats like? Can we click on this and like to go through the
you
stuff?
can click. Go to statistics in the top right.
Statistics,
league leaders.
league
I
leaders.
hope they have them updated.
Let's see if it's all updated. I mean, I do see that there's also a podcast for this too. So maybe if they're ever looking for guests, we can get on there.
This shit. Yeah, man, this is great.
It's the real deal.
So I was
trying to load up.
I was originally going through. I think a wiffle ball came across my circuit like when I was on Instagram, and there's I think it was the AWA. Like I'm assuming they're at nationals too or whatever the league, and it looks like they built it in somebody's backyard. Like with a tree on the one side. I'm assuming you've seen this league before.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah,
okay.
We've played them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are they any good?
Yeah, I mean, if you make the nationals, you're good.
Yeah.
Every wiffle ball league has a different style, so it's tough. Like this league, for example, the Skibby Wiffle Ball League, everyone's older. Like we don't do fast pitch anymore. It's a medium style league, so it's a little more hitter friendly, but it's more fun too. But
for sure,
every league has their own rules, and every league has their own style and every speed. So when you go to nationals, you're taking our medium pitch league and you're throwing us into a fast pitch league. You know, we might not be the best fast pitch league, but we're probably one of the best medium pitch leagues. So it's kind of difficult to say who's good, who's bad. I mean, nationals, there's usually 4 or 5 teams that are there every year. Occasionally some surprises, but it's you're currently looking at the playoff stats, by the way. So I should have told you that. That's why.
That's okay. It's very involved, and I love it. I mean, your name's at the top of a lot of these stats here. I have a feeling that this is a very home run heavy or single heavy league because I'm not seeing any doubles or triples on the board.
So what is So how far is the fence? Is there a standard fence measurement for wiffle ball?
Yeah, it's definitely league dependent. You're probably looking at anywhere from 90 to 110 feet down the lines, and then probably 120 or 130 feet in center. The style that we play and what nationals, the NWLA tournament is, think of taking wiffle ball, think of playing baseball, shorter bases, shorter mound, shorter fences, but with a wiffle ball. You hit the ball, you run to first, you run the bases, there's walks, there's strikeouts, it's basically the same sport. So, that's been the most simple way, but you go to different leagues around the country. MLW, Major League Wiffle Ball, they have hundreds of thousands of followers on YouTube. They travel the country and play in minor league stadiums. They have huge fans that come out and watch them. They play a totally different style of wiffle ball, but it's very similar. You know, you're pitching to someone, they're running the bases. They want to treat it as close to baseball as possible so that when a new person comes along, they can watch it and understand what's going on versus what are all these, silly rules. So if you go league to league, it's probably 80% to 90% the same. A little bit of different weird things like a tree in right field.
Yeah, of course. I love it. It makes it honestly though. That's what caught my eye though, and that's what kind of brings the nostalgia portion that I think wiffle ball really attaches itself to. Like we all grew up in the backyard playing. We've all had that yellow bat with the white wiffle ball. Like we all know. Like if you grew up with at all with baseball, now I'm assuming you grew up playing baseball.
Oh yeah.
Well, what position do you play? Primarily,
I played second base growing up, and then high school I moved over to third. So just because of necessity, but played a little bit infield.
Well, it just means you had the cannon to get it.
Yeah, I would say I started at third and then moved me to second because I just didn't have the arm. As I got older, I just couldn't throw anymore. So
I grew like 8 inches my freshman year, so I became the shortest guy, and then immediately was like middle of the pack. So they moved me to third.
So are there payouts at these tournaments?
Some, yeah. There is a tournament where you'll see the best competition in the entire country called United Wiffle.
Okay.
That is usually on the East Coast. You see people flying from all over the country. There's a $10,000 prize pot. It's played at a minor league stadium.
Okay.
Very awesome. If you want to see wiffle ball at the highest level, that is where you go. It's amazing. The only difference in that tournament and NWLA is 2 things. That's a cut. You can bring your own ball. You can throw a clean ball. You can use any ball you want as long as it's a wiffle ball. You can cut it. You can scratch it up. Whatever you want.
So crazy.
NWLA is clean. The other thing that's different is NWLA uses a yellow bat, which is thin.
Yeah, for sure. It
bends easily. It's not very strong. If you have a 100-mile-an-hour pitch coming in, you hit that. If you make contact, you got to get your bat. That's bent. United Wiffle, they have those bigger, thicker blue, different colored bats that you can use. So you have the opportunity to make some more contact, but the ball moves a lot more. So it's kind of one of those things. But that by far is the most elite scuff ball pitchers you will see. It's amazing.
So are there any people that do this professionally, like for a living yet in wiffle ball?
There are. If you include content creation, yes,
I would. Yeah, I would agree that. Sure. Yeah, I would include that. Yeah,
yeah. There's no one that's like getting paid to play wiffle ball, but there's people that are getting paid because of their content.
All right.
They create.
So like, there haven't been like any big sponsorship deals that a player has signed necessarily.
No, I wouldn't say that. Nothing that I've heard about. There has been some, challenge like MLW. I keep bringing them up, but they've had the opportunity to go on like MLB Network and. They'll have some professional baseball players like come out and play, and like they'll match up against the best players. Yeah. There's a couple of leagues that have done some things, and a couple of players that have like gone out and been on Sports Science. Everybody remembers Sports Science?
Yeah, for sure.
There was a guy that still plays today that was on Sports Science, and he goes to the United Football Team. So, anyways,
dude, you made the Sports Center top 10, so it's not right. Didn't you make the Sports Center? Dude, that was a sick ass catch, man. The diving home run,
I did,
like over the fence, like it was fucking baller. I watched it again today. It was pretty sweet.
Yeah, that was a cool moment. My dad, bringing up my dad again, he told me that was one of the greatest moments of his life. You didn't even do anything. Yeah, that was really cool. Funny thing about that game is we were down like 5 or 6. That was the semifinals, the national semifinals. We were down like 5 or 6-2. Catch that. We come all the way back in the last inning, win, go to the finals.
Oh, that's just way better. Yeah, that's icing on the cake.
Yeah, because like if you made the catch but you still lose, like it doesn't like no one's gonna really
still made
care.
ESPN. I mean,
but you're gonna be that guy at the bar 30 years later, but I made that sweet catch though.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, like,
exactly. Yeah, I remind people all the time, like, but have you been on Sports Center?
Oh, obviously. Yeah, why not? I mean, you might as well use it forever. You know what I mean? Like, God.
I wish they'd give like people medallions for being on the top 10 or something.
That would be
like,
kind of sweet.
Ship something out like
a plaque or something. Yeah. Cheap ass.
I put it on Disney. It's on my resume. I love where I work, but it's on my resume. So
fuck yeah,
it's a good conversation starter. So,
absolutely.
Why not?
So you like tag the URL in your resume too, so they could just click and like go right to it.
I should. I'll be like, I'll show you the video.
Yeah, it's right here.
So you're a wiffle ball MVP by night, but what's your day job?
I work for a company called Dapper Labs.
Okay.
And we make digital collectibles for the NFL and the NBA. So what I do is I do a lot of things, wear a lot of hats. But think of NFTs, but think of instead of like a cardboard, baseball card.
Yeah.
It's a video highlight that you can, buy and sell and rip from digital packs on chain. So I do a lot of work on the NFL side of things. I work with athletes. I work with the leagues.
Sweet.
A lot of coordination. But yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I was gonna say, this sounds like an awesome job.
Awesome.
Where'd you go to college?
I went to Missouri State, Bear Up, Springfield, Missouri. It used to be Missouri Valley. I think we just changed to the Conference USA. So,
okay. All right.
Yeah, we used to be, down there in the Valley, basketball school, not a football school.
Not a football. Did you play baseball there?
No, absolutely not.
No. All right, fair enough.
He's already balls deep in wiffle ball.
Lots of beer, and I played ultimate frisbee.
Did you?
Fun.
All right,
a lot of intramurals. Yeah, there's another backyard game we could talk about, ultimate frisbee, sometime, maybe another time.
Yeah, for sure. So do you ever think that wiffle ball will get to a point like where people can players are getting paid like to play?
That's really interesting. I think that it will. I don't think there will ever be never say never. Like because you look at lacrosse. Like I think people never thought lacrosse would be where it's at, and it's thriving and growing. Same thing with cornhole. Like it's on ESPN. I'm sure there's tons of sponsorships involved for the people that are high up there.
So, the ones that are high up there. Yeah. I mean, there are players that are. I would say there's probably 20 to 30. All right, I'll say anywhere from 15 to 30 players that are like doing it full time. You know what I mean? Playing, and they win. They're basically off sponsorship money and winnings at tournaments and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. It's an interesting thought. I don't know if there's enough. I don't know if there's like enough players and interest yet to really take it to the next level, because I think the thing that makes a lot of those peripheral sports really interesting is there's a lot of people that are interested already that become fans, and then that's where you get your viewership. When you think about wiffle ball, you go to nationals, like you'll see some fans come out, but it's not like anywhere anywhere near what it's needed. But I do think like the content creation part is really interesting, because if you go look up 2 or 3 most watched accounts, they have hundreds of thousands of followers. So I think they've done an interesting job where they will fly in players from around the country to come play in their videos because they are the best players in the country. Now, I don't think these guys are getting paid thousands of dollars to come in and play.
Yeah.
But they're getting
a free trip's a free trip,
Free trip. Your name is on this channel. It's got tons of followers, and maybe you grow your account. I think that's probably the more likely route, where you have a league that's really established, that's able to build really cool content creation, which is already happening. Everyone has seen a wiffle ball video if you're a sports fan on the internet, and it's from these leagues, mainly on the East Coast. That's where it's the most popular by far. But to become a league, I don't know. There's so much drama in wiffle ball that
that's why we literally have a cornhole show about all the drama that goes on.
We have a full segment called dramatic readings.
Yeah, it's every week. So I mean, it's just it just like I like hearing that of the possibility of people going able to do something as cool as that to make a living. But I mean, it's just like cornhole. There are ways off, and it's cool though.
There's ways to make money for sure. But I don't know, this day and age, you need to be paid, at least a decent amount to make it.
No shit.
So,
have you seen that? I've seen it on Fox Sports, but it's the Warehouse wiffle ball league. Have you seen
John
that
Boy.
one? Yeah, John Boy. Yeah.
That's right. I've seen that before.
So
funny enough, your mom and my father actually know his dad.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And my dad has been like, "Hey, you got to get my son," and everybody. It's like, yeah, I've seen that. It's cool. It's not quite wiffle ball. I think they do more like
blitzball, right?
Yeah. Which is still, it's similar. It doesn't do the same. It moves a lot more.
It moves a crazy amount.
Yeah. I really haven't played much with it, but they've got something great going. Again, it all goes back to content creation.
Oh yeah.
I think that's the future more or less.
I completely agree, man. I think our the kind of barometer that we're have to measure success is changing in sports. Especially for niche sports like this. We're not gonna have we're not selling out arenas for people to come watch this. But can you get 20,000 people to watch a live stream? You know what I mean, of an event from the comfort of their own home, and it doesn't cost them anything? Yeah, but you're going to make revenue off of ads and stuff. 100%. I think there's definitely a successful model to be had. But you have to do a good job marketing, which costs a lot of money. You know what I mean? Eventually, you got to get enough people to be interested. And then once a league starts making money, then you're going to hear the players, well, we want payouts. It's inevitable. It happens every single league. You know what I mean? It's just you need somebody from the major leagues who loves wiffle ball and is willing to go in and put a bunch of money down. And but you guys have that chance because there's got to be former pro players that find wiffle ball and be like, "Fuck yeah, this is awesome, I love it."
Yeah, totally.
You just need to find one of them.
There's a couple players. I mean, I'm a St. Louis guy. Nolan Arenado has talked endlessly about how much he loves wiffle ball. Hey, Nolan, reach out to us. We've tried DMing you. You won't contact us back.
Oh, I'm sure he'll listen to this too.
In case you're a massive cornhole fan and happen to be listening,
we'll tag him in the comments.
It would take that, and the problem is unless you want to travel around the country, which I don't think you would do that starting out. That's costs. You really got to be in a spot and bring people to you and really attract people to come play, because the best players in the country, I'm telling you, Minnesota, Michigan, elite players. New York, Pennsylvania, elite players.
Do you ever face off? Do you ever face off against the Amish?
The Amish, no.
No, really? Oh, I'm surprised they haven't found their way into it, man.
Yeah, they come through the cornhole tournament.
Oh, I bet they'd be nasty at wiffle ball.
Scary.
Oh, yeah.
They do cornhole?
Oh, yeah, they do.
Oh, yeah.
So they're originally 5 years ago when the competitive scene started getting more popular, they used to pop up and pretend like they didn't know what this was and they heard about it and they just showed up and they want to go into the intermediate, the lower bracket, and they go and butt fuck everybody, take the money and run. So then the director started getting hip to it. So anyone that came in with the Amish hat or had a beard, automatically you're going in the top division.
Just the neck beard.
Just the neck beard. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's a dead
correct.
giveaway.
Yes, correct. If it smells like you have never showered in your life, top division.
Our dead giveaway is when an 18 or 19-year-old 6'4" kid that we've never seen before shows up. We know. We're like, okay.
Oh, just a beast.
Yeah.
Or are there certain tells that all right, like in cornhole, there's certain things that like if people do, or they say like you kind of look at them because you've been in the community like, oh, they're kind of a douchebag. Is it the guy that like comes with like the wristband, the arm sleeve, you know what I mean? Like the whole get up, like, right? Like try hard.
Yes. And there's a lot of like, let's go. It's like, okay, what frat are we?
There's more phrases out there.
There are, right? I know. Why is let go like
it's
the most
either,
popular?
I don't know.
It's either let's go or let's fucking go.
Oh, for sure.
The situation. Those are the only two. And then I'm always like, where are we going, guys? Are we going somewhere?
And sadly, like I find myself getting sucked into that too. Like I hit a chip in for birdie, and it dawned on me. I'm like, I screamed, "Let's go!" After I made that chip. No one was around to hear it. I just made a chip, and I'm like,
"Let's go!" Because you're saying "Let's go" like to the next hole, or like "Let's go back to the dugout."
Yeah,
you know what I mean, like
hey,
it's like we're just not finishing the statement.
I've got a question: if a 36-year-old man yells "Let's go" and there's no one around to hear it, did it actually happen?
It did, because I
depending
remember
on depending on what he's wearing. We'll give him that. You know what I mean? Like if he's a douchebag for sure. Like we definitely heard that.
I was wearing a striped polo.
Yeah, you can see those guys, and everyone. I mean, here's the thing: just like anything else, like when you're around these people, everyone's nice. Like, hey, how you doing? Oh, it's been a year. Yeah, nice seeing you. And then like when you go back to your team, you're like, oh my god, I can't stand this guy or this team. Like,
catty
let's
as
just
fuck.
shove it.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, it's just annoying. And everyone. If any wiffle people listen to me, they know who they are. You guys know who you are. You know? We'll make sure to push this out.
Yeah, and if you have to question it when you hear it, you're one of them.
I feel like there's an opportunity for a collaboration between cornhole and wiffle ball, like with tournaments, because like you could run tournaments together almost, like or run one and then another one. Like I feel like there's an opportunity to put like a wiffle ball team together, and then you basically go into a seeding into a cornhole tournament or something like that. There's definitely there's something there.
There's a million ways to skin a cat, Sean.
Okay, and you're in a very big area for cornhole, like in down in that area. St. Louis is very big. Yeah,
I mean, recreationally, absolutely. Anytime you have family over,
of course.
Hey, who's got bags? Who's got cornhole? By the way, bags or cornhole?
It's what do you cornhole for us, but like we understand that there's certain areas that call bags. Too. But yeah,
we understand.
I'm not a stickler.
I
know he does. It's all good.
Yeah, bags, some people are a little afraid of the word cornhole because the implication, but
of corn.
Yes, it's just corn.
Yeah, I guess. Like I just what it doesn't bother me that much.
Okay.
So.
But we're in the state where it originated, so I feel like we're allowed to call it cornhole.
Okay.
I mean, there's up for hot debate there, but Ohio created it.
Are there like any crazy like terms in wiffle ball, like for pitches or anything like that? That's kind of crazy. That
it's a lot of baseball terminology.
Okay, that's what I figured.
If you'll ask like, hey. What pitches does he have? Oh, he's got a riser, he's got a cutter. Because like it's different with ball. Like pitch will come down your ankles and then pop up. Risers are tough.
What's the hardest pitch to hit?
If a guy's throwing mid 90s, I would say a slider / slurve is the hardest hit.
Fuck yeah.
It's coming in. It's coming in. Literally, it's coming in at you. You have to either. Here's the thing.
You have to dead pull or just go with it.
You play long enough and you play the same people long enough, you know exactly what pitches they have. And you can almost like the guys that are really good, they have 2 or 3 pitches they can throw for a strike really fast. Most pitchers have one pitch where they're like, I know I can throw this for a strike.
Okay.
And if you face someone like that, you can basically stand wherever you want. Like if they have a slurve that they know they can throw for a strike, step off the plate, scoot back.
Now, if it hits you, it's a ball, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a ball. If you pay someone that's got 2 pitches, okay, they got the slurve and they got the riser. You step off the plate to hit the slurve, or they're just going to throw the riser you can't touch. So that's when it gets really tough. A lot of it is guessing, to be honest. It's coming in so incredibly fast. A lot of it's guessing. Like I know this pitcher, I know exactly what he does in this situation. It's pretty insane. It's a lot of like.
Dude, I didn't realize the ball's coming that fast, and you're at 45 feet.
Yeah, I mean that's why it's coming in that fast.
Yep.
Damn, man.
Yeah. The reaction time is less than a pitcher throwing a baseball.
Oh, for sure.
100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
It's insane. And there's guys out there way better than me that are elite. Like they'll hit over 300, which is amazing. And they'll hit home runs. Like it's pretty wild. Like
that's crazy.
My goal every time I hit is to put it in play. Like put it in play, see what happens. And sometimes you get lucky and hit over the fence, So,
hell yeah.
I would imagine defense is like somewhat challenging. Now, can you throw the ball at the player to get them out?
Yeah, so you can peg them.
Okay.
And if they get pegged, they're out.
Okay.
Most leagues have what's called, you can call it a lot of things, but you can call it like there's a pitcher circle.
Okay.
Where that kind of acts as first base for the batter. So if you hit a ball, there's 2 fielders and a pitcher. There's 3 fielders total.
Okay.
You hit a ball to the guy playing third base, shortstop, whatever. He can throw it to the pitcher, and that's first base.
Gotcha.
It's impossible
to cover.
Throw it to first, get somebody out. You're never going to get it back.
I gotcha.
So we call it pitcher's poison in our league. You can call it whatever you want, but essentially that's first base. So the way that our team's built is we don't have the best pitcher. We hit really well and we play amazing defense. No errors, like we make every play, and like we can just kind of hang around. So our guys have played.
You're just the annoying, gritty team.
Like,
you know what I mean?
We're the old guys.
Yeah, right. You guys are the guys like at rec basketball that show up and you're like, who's this guy with his shorts a little bit too long, but he dribbles awkwardly, but drains threes in your face.
Shooting an awkward shot over the head, just like you can't defend it, and it just swishes every time. You're like, God damn you!
We strike out the least. We don't have like the best hitter. We don't have the best pitcher, but we have, like, I would say collectively as a team, we're very, very talented in that, like kind of across the board. Like we're above average in everything where we can make it work, So it's kind of like you said, it's like the old man softball team. You're like, oh, we're going to kill these guys. And, we come in and win 1-0, just kind of dink it around.
So you guys are like the Indiana Pacers of, wiffle ball,
Except we don't tear our Achilles.
Oh God. So actually I brought this up to Sean earlier. 3 players tore their Achilles during these playoffs, and they were all wearing number 0.
Yeah,
which is
Tatum, Lillard.
And then we brought up the discussion, like, did Gilbert Arenas tear his Achilles? I believe that's what actually ended his career.
Oh no,
I'm pretty sure he did. I could be
that's
wrong.
What happened?
We did not check that.
No, I think he tried to come back, but he was never the same. But like, so I mean, maybe there's something behind wearing 0 in the Achilles. I don't know.
Yeah, you could. I mean, very well.
Man, if I tear my Achilles, just bury me.
Just cut the leg off and give me a robot one.
If I tear my Achilles, I might be a cornhole guy.
There you go,
dude. You never know.
Welcome.
All right, so we end every episode with a draft, right? And I'm pretty excited for this draft.
Hell yeah!
All right, so we're gonna pause, right? And we'll give you a stand if you want to look up a list or whatever, real quick. So we'll give it like 5 minutes, kind of thing. So, the draft this week is going to be best sports mascots.
Love it.
All right, we'll pause.
Recording in progress.
And just like that, we're back.
Wow,
we did the fastest research ever. All right, so we're kicking off this draft. We are doing the greatest sports mascots. All right, so not logos, we're doing mascots. The order is Dane, myself, then Spencer. Dane took down the greatest rock band, just squeaked it out with 2 votes over me. I was actually pleasantly surprised in my list.
Yeah.
I looked back on it, and I think you're right. Like, I played to the Grateful Dead crowd, and they came out strong.
Yeah, they came
so
out.
Appreciate all you guys, but
smart.
we just fell a little bit short. But it's all good.
We need some kind of representation.
I needed a little boost, but it's fine. Yeah. It's all right. So Dane, I'm interested. You took the number 1 pick, and I'm actually kind of surprised. I thought for sure mascots would have been one you wanted to be at the tail end.
Yeah, but
I didn't think there was one in your heart that you're like you had to have.
See, I actually did. I had one that, like, I don't know why, for some reason this one has always stuck out to me because I just always thought it was so weird. But I'm going Otto the Orange from Syracuse.
Dude, I actually have him written down.
Yeah, I mean,
my list.
like,
not number 1, but
we
he's
all
on my
know
fucking.
he's iconic.
Was he on your list too? Dude, he was on my.
Yeah,
all right. This is gonna be tough.
All right, so
we're all thinking the same.
We know
ones.
our things. I mean, Otto the Orange. I just always remembered seeing him on the sidelines, even though Syracuse was never really relevant in like football or anything. But as soon as you see him, you know that's Syracuse's mascot for some reason. Why is it an orange?
Yeah,
who knows?
I'm not arguing with you, man.
But Otto the Orange, first off the board. Sean, you're up next.
Okay, I don't want to make this too Homer-ish, right? Because but I'm going to get my Homer pick just out of the way now.
Okay.
Brutus Buckeye is just still like an iconic college mascot. You see him. You can, like, we win stuff over here. You're going, like, you Longhorn? Is that what that is? I'm sorry. It's like the Little Sisters of Poor. Fine. Like, it's fine. You guys can have Arch Manning and ruin him too, and then he'll go to the NFL and then finally do something with his career. But it's fine. You guys keep trying over there. It's going to be fun. It's fine. Well, how are you a Texas fan?
Well, we could talk about it later. I don't want.
I mean, how confused are you? Jesus Christ! Like, all right. Anyways, we'll let that go.
Story.
All right, so I'm going Brutus Buckeye. I know it's a little bit of a Homer pick, but I do think he's a well-known
He's
like if
iconic.
you saw him, you know what school he's
Yeah,
from, right? You know what I mean?
sure.
Like, so it's a big name. So, anyways, Spencer, who you
got
got back-to-back pick here?
Okay, Sean. First of all, I recognize you have to go local and celebrate the people that have made you who you are. But that is an awful pick. Like he's just a guy. Like he's not even special. Out of the orange stands out. Like
100%. Like I said, I wanted one homer pick. I wanted one.
Very disappointed in you.
All right.
I'm gonna go with a guy that every good team needs a guy that kind of stands out and is able to rally and just kind of bring the energy and go viral on the internet. Let's talk about it's not the most popular sport in the world, but everyone knows who Gritty is for the Philadelphia Flyers. I got to go with Gritty.
Okay, so here's my thing is if you really need that much time to build it up, it's not that great of a pick. But it was really beautiful. I mean, you painted a beautiful picture, but like you just trying to church it up. All right, let's call it what it is.
Sean, hey, I'm going week 1 Longhorns, Ohio State, so maybe I'll see you up there. Right. Gritty is a guy that he kind of made a name for himself.
He did.
He just kind of came out of nowhere. They introduced him, and the entire internet thought it was a joke.
Well, and nobody, because nobody is still nobody knows what it is, right?
Yeah,
right. It's is kind of cool. Like I do agree.
Yeah. So if you're listening right now and you're going to go vote, let's really think about the Ohio State Buckeye guy that just walks around and he's just kind of like.
I mean, for the record, he's not just a guy. He does have his head is a Buckeye.
Is a Buckeye.
So that's where the namesake comes in.
Yeah,
I know. I'm not trying to.
He's been walking around with the national championship crown too. It's weird.
Gritty might be the most well-known.
When was the last time Texas won anything? It's been a long time, right?
America.
Wow.
North America.
All right,
so, anyways,
fair enough.
Okay, that's my first pick. My second pick, I'm going more athleticism here. Everyone has their own reasons. This guy's not as well known, but he's on the cusp. If you're listening right now, go look up his YouTube videos. I'm going with the Suns Gorilla.
Yeah, so he's on my list too. Very well. Yes.
That guy at halftime will do backflip dunks,
for sure.
front flip dunks. Very athletic. Kind of reminds me of the Penn State Lion athleticism family tree.
Yeah.
But I'm going Suns Gorilla. So
okay,
those are my first two picks.
Okay, you say athleticism and you go Suns Gorilla over the Penn State line. That was interesting. Because I mean that's the first one I thought of. Gorilla's a great pick. I'm not saying anything wrong. It's a solid pick. It was on my list, so I'll give credit where it's credit's due. I'm gonna go complete opposite. Right.
Okay.
I went homer pick. Brutus Buckeye. He's sitting there pumping out push-ups after every touchdown. The guy's just jacked by the end of the season, right? Ohio State scores a lot of points. Texas still trying to figure it out. But hey, this new season coming up, maybe they'll be good. I'm going completely different. I'm going with iconic, something that you look at it and you're like, what the fuck is it? Like, what are we looking at? The Stanford tree is just still such an iconic fucking logo and mascot. It's just like you look at it every time, you're like, oh, they are the trees, but like you haven't changed it yet. You know what I mean? Like
Stanford tree.
Yeah, Stanford tree. So that's my second one.
He was on my list.
All right, there we go. There we go.
He or she.
I gotta look up some more. So.
Prefers they.
It's dwindling now.
Yeah, pronouns are they for the tree.
All right.
Trying to stay woke on this podcast, right? They, them, please. So I'm actually
rollerblading over here.
I'm gonna roll in and play off of Spencer's poor pick with the Suns Gorilla because I'm gonna go with the original NBA mascot that started doing crazy shit. And I'm going with Benny the Bull from the Bulls.
That's true.
He's been doing it since the 90s, so I'm gonna throw him in. Not quite to the Gorilla's level, but I feel like he was kind of a pioneer in that avenue. So I'm gonna go with Benny the Bull.
The Suns Gorilla benefited from being a little bit newer, like right at the dawn of the internet.
Yes.
Bulls was like, he just got the benefit of like Michael Jordan happened to be on TV every fucking night. So we'll just, we'll show the halftime stuff every once in a while.
And unfortunately, the one that I really want to take, she's actually not a mascot, but the Red Panda. I mean, if you're ever at a playoff game and the Red Panda's there, then
dude,
they're
back
putting out
to
the
back
money.
Weeks, by the way. Dude, the Red Panda's gotten shot out on the show.
She's phenomenal. I think it's actually 3 out of the last 4 weeks. But,
pretty crazy.
Anyways, following it up, just iconic. He doesn't actually have a name. But I'm just going with the Leprechaun from Notre Dame.
Fuck you! I knew I should have taken it. I knew it. I knew it. But I got selfish. No, it's iconic though. You would know it. It's iconic.
It's iconic. But are we doing most iconic or just like the best?
That's true. To me, that's true. I'm a big Notre Dame fan, so he's definitely one of my best.
All right, I'm sure.
Well, then you got to respect it.
Yeah,
this is pure vintage, like '90s mishmash colors. Into a time where basketball was fucking fun and you had Shaq on the fucking team. You got Stuff the Magic Dragon from the Orlando Magic. Just that trippy looking dragon.
Mm-hmm.
That is a good one.
That's a good one. There's a no offense, but like if you're a man just painting your face or whatever as a leprechaun, it's kind of weird. So just saying that.
For the record, leprechauns don't have to paint their face; they're just normal people.
Yeah.
They wear the outfit, and
Nope.
he can do more push-ups than any of us. So.
Oh, more than Brutus. Okay.
Yes. Yes, he can. He doesn't ever have to, but he can.
Fun fact before I say my next two, there is a high school in Missouri, and their mascot is the Koopies, and it's a baby. So, that's a very weird one, but we're not doing a high school draft, although I guess we could.
You could.
My next pick is going to be the presidents of the Washington Nationals that do their race. We're celebrating some of the greatest humans in United States history that have formed our futures, greatest or not greatest.
Yeah, let's belittle them by turning them into giant foam mascots and running around in a race.
Didn't one of them get assaulted by a bat?
I believe so,
No,
yeah.
that was a sausage.
Oh, that was a sausage, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that was
the Brewers?
the third base. Aramis Ramirez did that.
Okay.
I'll never forget that one.
Yeah.
So I'm going with the presidents as my third pick.
Okay.
You got to have good leadership. You got to have guys that come in and are noticeable and recognizable. They give us that pillar that we need. And I'd be remiss with my next pick, and I don't care what you guys say, but there is not a better college football mascot than Bevo. It's a live Longhorn. Come on, are you serious?
How do you spell that?
Dressing up as we're not
Loser.
Beevo. We're not dressing up as fictional, Lucky Charms guys or a guy with an oversized head doing push-ups. We have a full-on mascot that eats, breathes, and lives full-time. He doesn't take the costume
So
off.
he's going all the way from
Bevo.
Gritty to Bevo.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just like this.
He's Bevo all the time. Okay?
Just the fact that I had to
the most
ask how to spell it should tell you
Bevo's going to be
everything.
some beef eventually, right?
Yeah, and I marked him down as Bevo, the weird bull for the Longhorns.
Yeah.
He's better than Benny.
Sean, next losing pick.
All right, so it's kind of a little known one. I don't know if it's as well known, but are you familiar with the Dartmouth College?
Oh yeah,
The Keggy the Keg,
Keggy the Keg.
Keggy the Keg, the unofficial.
Keg. Love it.
It's a walking keg that the student body just created, and they just keep rolling with it year after year. So I just kind of love the story behind it.
Nothing wrong with that. Oh man! All right, so I got back-to-backs coming to me.
You do.
It's tough. It is tough, but I mean, as much as I hate to do it, I got to go with the Philly Fanatic here.
Oh.
I don't want to, but
Gross.
he really is. I mean, been around for a minute, and I mean, with the crowd of listeners that we have, he was very popular in those early 2000s ranges and stuff. So, I'm just gonna go with the Philly Fanatic. And then to round it off, I want to go Homer pick here with my personal favorite mascot. I don't think many people even know what he is, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to pander to the fans, and I'm going to go with weak. I'm going to go with somebody that's also known in the, we'll say, like the clip era.
Oh, please don't
And
take my
he's been
pick.
killing it.
Please don't take my pick.
They always do this mascots versus little kid football game.
I can't believe
And I'm gonna go with Blue from the Colts because that dude just wrecks kids all the time and they're hilarious to watch.
There was no chance in hell that anyone was ever going to pick Blue. I had him written down, but I'm like, I can just leave him for my last pick. Don't even need to think about anything.
Sucks to be sandwiched. All right, so that rounded me off. Sean, sorry to take your last pick.
That was a great pick. I got to tip my cap. That's a good pick.
Oh,
pick.
All right. I'm running through my my list.
I mean,
here.
Sean, you got it right here. Sean, this is your pick right there.
No, it's definitely not. Man, I hate to do it. Damn it. Let me see.
I mean, that's a big one too.
I know.
Yeah.
It's
We have
iconic. I'm trying to see if I want to go iconic. Give me Mr. Met. It's just iconic. Oh, so disappointed.
It is.
Very original.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very
I know.
sexist of you.
Baseball.
You didn't even go with Mrs. Met.
Yeah.
Dick.
Well, there's a theme to my team. It's just, human body, round head. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then I got a tree.
I got a trick.
Cornhole is cornhole big up in New York?
Kind of.
Yeah,
it's pretty big
fairly
there.
big.
Okay.
Not so much in the city, but
A
the spread out around. in the rural areas of New
playing
York.
it.
I think
Like
cornhole people
in Times Square.
would be
No.
more Mets fans than Yankees fans.
All
All right, final, Spencer.
Last pick. This is a personal favorite of mine, and also, I'm playing to the audience a little bit. I know cornhole's very big in my local area, so I got to go with Fredbird. Why not? The St. Louis Cardinals, one of the, if not the best National League team in baseball.
I'm not trying to be a dick.
3
I could not even tell you what that looks like.
franchise. Well,
I know.
bet a
This
lot
is
of your
Fredbird.
listeners do.
It's like a penguin-looking thing.
They're going to love Fredbird. He's very iconic. He mimics the team logo. Big deal in the Midwest. The Cardinals fandom goes down to Arkansas, to Iowa.
Is it supposed to be a cardinal?
Illinois.
No, it's a
Yeah,
penguin.
the Cardinal.
Penguin.
Fredbird.
I don't think that's cardinal.
He does the whole little hip thrust thing.
All right,
where it
it's
looks
like a hood
his body
cardinal.
comes out.
All right, it's from
Yeah,
the
so
east side of
Fredbird.
Cleveland Cardinal.
So we have. Do you know the Guardians mascot or Indians? If we're staying politically correct,
I do.
the slider.
Yeah, I do.
So that was the one that I left off. I went with blue instead of him.
I
but,
didn't want to go. I didn't want to go with slider and have Brutus.
That's true,
I
yeah.
just couldn't do it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sad that I left slider off the list, but
What about Chief? What was his name? Chief Wahoo?
So I didn't know
he
if
was
we could
never
use
actually.
it.
He was never actually a mascot. He was just
It was
a logo.
That's why I asked, because that would have been my number one pick. I mean, our podcast logo is based off.
It's
of
literally but
It's
I don't
Chief
consider
Wahoo
that.
biting on a cornhole bag. That's my favorite. But
I mean, some other honorable mentions, like we brought up Youppi because nobody really knows what he is, but he's from the Canadiens. He's fairly prominent out there.
yeah, I think the Raptors.
the
have a good-
Raptor himself.
This one may not have been on many lists, but to me, a very unique mascot is Big Al from the Alabama Crimson Tide. Like you just kind of know he's kind of got
That's true.
that,
What's Hawaii? Don't they have like a giant rainbow mascot or something like that? Isn't that what that is?
It's an interesting one. I'm not sure.
I think they do have a rainbow mascot, but they also have leaned into the Maori
I couldn't remember what it was.
The Florida State mascot's very
the
interesting.
Seminole.
Yeah, but they suck. So it's like it's not
I mean, he
scary
rides
anymore.
on a horse.
Yeah, it's not scary anymore. Yeah, but so a sniper could just take him out. You know what I mean? It's like that's why they lost the first time. You know what I mean? Like we found ways around it. You know what I mean? We're being
That's exactly right.
All right, well, that wraps that up.
That sure
Now
does.
that we'll get canceled by that tribe. All right, so, dude, thank you very much for joining us, man. This has been fun.
Oh, this is great. I'd love to anytime. Love talking with the ball.
We might need a recap. Like, are you going to nationals this year?
Yeah, I am. July 20th or something.
Fuck yeah.
And then it's in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And then I have to immediately fly to Vancouver, Canada for work. So
Hold on.
Yeah,
Do you know the dates
hold
of
the
this? I want
phone.
to pull this up because we're home. We're going.
I think July 20th or July 19th.
Because
Oh,
I am
really?
actually.
Is it both day or is it just the Saturday?
Oh, it's the 19th and 20th.
Okay.
Saturday and Sunday.
The 19th we're busy. The 20th, I think my
Are you guys
family's
close to Pittsburgh?
we're 2 hours
2
away.
hours.
Yeah.
Oh. Well,
Yeah,
hell
man.
Come on down.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm
And I
saying.
actually have the entire week off that following week for a lake week. So I could just leave from Pittsburgh and go straight into.
Yeah, and
the
I
lake
think
house.
my wife and kids are already going to be in Pittsburgh anyway. So I'll just go down. I'll look like I'm going to meet the day. Maybe I'll pick my son up. We can get some.
Hell yeah.
All right.
That sounds like a
The
plan.
19th is like round robin, and then
Okay.
the double elimination starts that night, and then Sunday is like rapid fire, just
All right.
big
all
game,
right.
big game, big game.
So
big game.
19th,
So, yeah,
we're
we'd love to have you.
tentatively we have the next MGA event.
Gotcha.
We don't have to attend. So if we decide we want to do this,
I'm down for the MGA and then
Change it
go
up.
see the.
In-
champ.
we can always just play our own
NWLA
round of golf in Pittsburgh and then go to this.
We could do that too.
And then we're killing two birds with one stone.
Heyo.
Meeting two fixes. How about that? So
And then just
all
don't
right.
talk about the golf to your wives. You're working. So.
Oh well, they
Exactly.
don't. They know.
Yeah,
they know.
yeah.
They know. We're gonna start recording it, and then they can't. Then I'll have an excuse every day.
So I can't hear you.
Secrets
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, correct. All right, so we'll have you hang on for just a minute. We'll let the folks go at home. But again, thank you very much for joining us. Go check out what was the website again?
In NWLA tournament is the name of nationals, and then Skibby Wiffle Ball League.
Oh, yeah.
Google us. Come check us out
For sure. So I'll post the link in like the YouTube video and
Yeah.
stuff.
And like,
Yeah,
I
I'll
mean,
send that to you.
NWLA has their own podcast and stuff. So
For sure.
if you're looking
Check
for
it out.
some more wiffle ball action, give
Check
it a
it
listen.
out. All right, folks. Well, hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll be back next week with more audio gold. Until then, we hope you throw it straight. And it's nothing but four baggers from here on out.
Cornhole it.
Later.